Brace yourselves because this is no drill. It's reality TV chaos at its peak. Jasmine Bleu just dropped some jaw-dropping news about Mendeecees, and let me tell you, Yandy is far from okay. The fearless, unwavering queen has just found out that her longtime partner, Ms. Harris, has been sneaking around with Jasmine Bleu. And when I say the receipts are a disaster, I mean it's an absolute catastrophe. The love and hip-hop world is ablaze, and the internet is losing its mind. Jasmine isn't just talking. She's backing it up with cold, hard facts, raw emotions, and a whole lot of information. Meanwhile, Yandy is crying more than ever before. Fans are in total shock. But what exactly did Jasmine reveal? How did Yandy react? And most importantly, can M even recover from this? Hold tight, because this scandal is about to take some wild twists. This isn't just your typical love triangle. It's messier, bigger, and more destructive than anything we've ever seen. That's why I'm saying M got caught again, red-handed. And naturally, if you've been following the drama, you know that Jasmine and M's history has always been rocky, filled with rumors, allegations, and scandal. But this time, it's not just whispers anymore. Jasmine Bleu has revealed everything. And once Yandy found out, well, let's just say it was game over. Let's break this down, because this is the kind of drama that reality TV was made for. Jasmine didn't just go live like people usually do these days to chat with followers or drop vague hints. This time she came with facts, receipts, and an emotional reveal. Right at the beginning of her live stream, she shocked everyone by saying, "You're all going to hate me for this, but I don't care anymore. I'm done staying silent." And then, she dropped the bombshell. She took a deep breath, stared directly into the camera, and said, "M has been lying to all of us." The comments exploded with shock, and the drama only intensified when Jasmine claimed that M had been sneaking around behind Yandy's back again. But this wasn't just some harmless flirting or a failed DM exchange. M had been promising Jasmine huge things that could make any woman question her loyalty. M had secretly been reaching out to Jasmine for days, telling her that if he could go back, he would have chosen her instead of Yandy. He claimed he felt trapped and unhappy in his relationship with Yandy. And that's when all hell broke loose. So, when did Yandy find out? The internet was buzzing as fans tagged her everywhere, eagerly waiting for her response. At first, Yandy stayed silent, but we all know that's not her style for long. When she finally appeared on social media, she looked like she had just fought the hardest battle of her life. Her eyes were swollen, and the weight of it all was evident. Yandy's eyeliner was smeared, and the first words out of her mouth were, "This is just the beginning." According to those close to her, that was all anyone needed to hear. It wasn't just some trivial gossip. I'm honestly at a loss for words right now. She immediately pulled me into a private space for a face-to-face conversation the moment she found out. And trust me, what happened next felt straight out of a movie. She was shaking as she held her phone, and after slamming it onto the table with raw energy, Yandy stormed into the room, slamming the door behind her. Her whole demeanor had changed, and the first thing she said was, "Are you really going to trust her over me, baby?" Oh no, he didn't. That's textbook gaslighting. But let's see how this plays out. Mendeecees started squirming in his chair, looking around like he was searching for a way out. But guess what? There was no escape. Then, out of nowhere, Yandy pulled out another phone. As we all know, when a woman has two phones, things are about to get serious. She hits play on the voicemail, and guess whose voice it is? M's. "I miss you, Jasmine. I think about you all the time. I just want to make things right," he says. The room goes dead silent, and M's face goes pale. He reaches for the phone in a panic, but Yandy grabs his hand before he can get to it. "Oh, so now you want the phone, but you didn't think you'd get caught leaving these messages." At that moment, M realized it was over, but now, He tries to turn things around, saying, "You never trust me, even with all I've done for this family." "Buddy, you made a huge mistake. Yandy's fed up. Now you want to talk about family? You're out here telling another woman you wish you had chosen her. What do you have left to say?" And just like that, there was nothing left to say. M sat there, defeated and humiliated, as Yandy's anger faded into sorrow. This wasn't just about infidelity. It was about betrayal. Years of loyalty that now seemed worthless. That's when you know it's truly over. And this is just the beginning. Trust me, things are about to get even messier. With her heart pounding, Yandy left the studio, still trying to process everything. She had sacrificed everything for him, supported him during his darkest moments, stood by him when the world was against him. But now, all of that seemed pointless. The lies, the betrayal, it was all too much. As she drove home, the tears blurred her vision, but she wasn't ready to cry yet. Her mind raced. Had she been blind all this time? Had she ignored the warnings? Was everyone right about him? And then, her phone rang. I don't even know. I confronted him and he couldn't deny it. He just sat there, silent. That's when she finally asked herself, what the hell is going on? Yandy took a deep breath before responding. What on earth is going on? Kimbella's voice was sharp and urgent. Yandy exhaled heavily and listened intently as Kimbella continued. You know I always have your back, but this is awful. Jasmine is out there dropping receipts like it's Black Friday. Yandy's stomach dropped. Audio memos, screenshots, and pictures. Jasmine had it all, and Yandy needed to see it. She barely managed to respond with a weak, yeah, as she could hardly process the situation. The pictures were fresh, new, nothing old. It was as if the breath had been knocked out of her as she opened the emails with trembling hands. When Yandy saw the images, there was no denying what she saw. One showed Jasmine lying on a hotel bed with M, without a shirt. Another picture showed them sharing wine at a fancy restaurant. The worst part? M was smiling in all of them. With her voice breaking, Yandy said, I can't do this, Kimbella. I can't defend him anymore. Kimbella, with steady conviction, replied, You don't have to, Yandy. This man has cheated on you too many times. As the reality hit, it wasn't just about a woman being betrayed. Yandy wasn't just anyone. She was a role model. Someone women looked up to and respected. She had built a reputation, a brand, and now M was tarnishing it all. Wiping away her tears, Yandy said, He won't make me look like a fool today. Meanwhile, M was in a panic, his phone blowing up as his name began trending. He had to fix this fast, but for all the wrong reasons, so he called Jasmine. She picked up the phone and calmly told him, You need to clean up this mess. M yelled at her, and Jasmine chuckled. Oh, now you want to act crazy? She added, You made this 100 times worse. I'm just telling the truth, and that wasn't meant for the public. And by the way, I haven't even revealed everything yet. I still have more receipts. M's jaw clenched as he threatened, If you don't fix this, I swear. But Jasmine cut him off. What are you going to do? You don't own me. Meanwhile, Yandy was pacing, knowing she couldn't wait for M to spin his version of events. She had to take control of her own narrative. So she picked up her phone and went live on Instagram, reaching thousands of followers. We've got your back, Yandy. Leave him. He's not worth it. The comments flooded in with messages like, Are you okay? I'm praying for you. Yandy took a deep breath before speaking. I wasn't going to say anything at first, but after seeing everything, I can't let anyone make me look foolish. The comments exploded. I've always supported my man, but today I saw something that devastated me. This is painful, but I'm strong, and I'll get through this. Support messages poured into her inbox as the story took a turn. Yandy wasn't just the betrayed woman anymore. She was taking her power back. Back on M's side, he was visibly tense, his hands clenched around his phone. He had to act quickly and called Yandy, whose name flashed on her screen. But before she could answer, a new video from Jasmine appeared. The internet crashed with anticipation. Jasmine, looking serious, took a deep breath and said, "I didn't want to say this, but since everyone's talking, here's the whole truth." What else was she going to reveal? She continued, "Yandy has no idea what's been happening." The world stopped in its tracks as the gravity of her words sank in. The viewers were stunned. Had Yandy been planning all of this with M, moving his money around to start fresh? Jasmine dropped more receipts, and that's when Yandy realized this wasn't just about cheating. It was something far worse. She knew M had been planning this from the start, and the level of betrayal hit her hard. Now, Yandy had to decide: fight for the relationship or end it for good. She took one final look at her phone before shutting it off, as everyone was waiting for her response. With her pulse racing, Yandy scrolled through the messages, each one confirming her worst suspicions: that M had been deceiving her, and this wasn't just a brief affair, but something serious. Meanwhile, social media was in a frenzy. Fans were divided, some calling M a serial liar, while others speculated there was more to the story. Hashtags like "Justice for Yandy" and "Moi Mais Exposed" began trending, and Jasmine relished the spotlight. She added fuel to the fire by posting cryptic Instagram posts suggesting that M had been pursuing her, not the other way around. She wrote, "When a man shows you who he is..." M, now fully aware it was over, was still trying to turn the tables on Yandy, saying, "You never trust me, despite everything I've done for this family." But he had made a massive mistake. Yandy was done.